Good evening. You're watching the news on Croatian television. One of the most important travel industry fairs in the USA is taking place this weekend in New York. This year, Croatia is a partner country at the New York Travel and Adventure Show, which features some 500 exhibitors. The Croatian Tourism Board and about 20 co-exhibitors at the Croatian Pavilion have highlighted sustainability, unique experiences beyond just the peak season, and destinations in the continental parts of the country. Americans have been one of the leading drivers in the development of year-round tourism in Croatia.
2025 could be a very challenging year given some of the shifts happening on the global tourism market. But regardless, we are counting on the United States as our most important distant market, which makes up a significant share of revenue in Croatia's tourism industry.
We're talking about some of the most powerful countries in the world that are also strong, emissive, and receptive markets. They are our competition. Until about 10 years ago, it would have been difficult to classify Croatia alongside those countries. But now we can say that along with Greece and Italy and, of course, Spain, we are a hit destination in the Mediterranean.
The organizers of Friday's consumer boycott of stores have announced they plan to continue with more such actions. The next one is planned for Friday, January 31st. The details will be revealed tomorrow.
We will find out what the people have decided tomorrow. At 5 to noon, we will announce the final decision on what we are going to do and how.
The beginning of the new wine growing year was celebrated today in Sveti Ivan Zelina in the Croatian Zagorje region. St. Vincent's Day began with Mass at the chapel in Vrtače, followed by the traditional blessing of the vineyards. Wine growers pray to their patron saint, St. Vincent, for a bountiful harvest in the coming year and protection of their vines from frost, rain, hail, disease, and other threats.
This marks the beginning of the new wine-growing year. Vincekovo is on the 22nd, but we are celebrating here today with all of our guests. Today is when work in the vineyards begins again.
We've put on a kind of show. It is an opportunity for people to socialize and have some fun. They say no one should spend Vincekovo alone. One must get together with friends and have a few drinks.
The town of Vid in the Neretva Valley celebrated today one of the region's most important foods, wild kale, or raštika in Croatian, at an event that has been going for 10 years running. Around 20 teams from the Neretva Valley, wider Dalmatia, and neighboring Bosnia and Herzegovina demonstrated their skills in cooking this leafy green vegetable. An expert jury selected the best entry in the competition. This is a charity event, and this year it has merged with an initiative to end the use of single-use plastic. Hundreds of visitors turned out to taste a plate of raštika.
Since time immemorial in our region, through hard times, raštika has fed this region. It has been prepared with all kinds of other foods, with eel, dried meats, and sautéed in oil and garlic. We as organizers have worked step by step to achieve this level of success. We can now say we have guests coming from other regions, from all over Dalmatia.
It is carnival time in the Kvarner region. The town of Crikvenica put on a carnival parade today. There were plenty of costume revelers of all ages. Participants came from all over the country as well as neighboring Slovenia.
These are handmade wooden masks. We have horns and bells to chase away the winter so that summer and warm weather come as soon as possible.
We're having a great time. I'm 70, but I'm still going strong. We're dressed in traditional Slavonian garb. Our theme is upside-down funeral. The women are dressed as men and the men as women. We're here every year. We're from Viškovo, and we might be old, but we're feeling joyous.
In sports, the Croatian Football League returned this weekend after the winter break. First-ranked Rijeka defeated guest Lokomotiva 4-1. Then Hajduk and Slaven Belupo played to a scoreless draw in Split, wrapping up Sunday's action. Rijeka is at the top of the table, 2 points ahead of Hajduk and 7 points in front of Dinamo. The World Cup weekend in Kitzbühel ended with a slalom. Frenchman Clement Noël earned another victory. Among the Croatians, Filip Zubcic finished in 10th place. Samuel Kolega was 25th.
I really raced well today, both runs. I was just a bit more than half a second away from winning, just 31/100ths of a second from the podium. The top 10 finishers were so close. Unfortunately, I was the last in this group. However, I skied really well, and that is what I'm taking away from this as I head into the next few races.
Monday's forecast calls for partly sunny skies and variable clouds in most of the country. Eastern Croatia will get the most sunshine. It will be cloudier in the west with some rain, more frequently in the Rijeka area and in Gorski Kotar. There will be a moderate to high southwesterly wind with high gusts in the mountains and in northern Croatia. On the coast, expect a moderate to high southeasterly, reaching very high gusts in the afternoon and evening. Morning lows will range from 3 to 8 inland and from 8 to 13 on the Adriatic. The day's highs will be significantly above average for this time of year, between 13 and 18 degrees, slightly cooler in the mountains. Looking ahead in the week, it will be windy and warm on Tuesday in the interior. Rain is expected in the south and elsewhere late in the day. There is a chance of rain again on Thursday. Interior Dalmatia could get some rain on Wednesday as well. Winds will fall midweek and temperatures will gradually fall again. On the coast, it will be wet and windy on Tuesday with a very high southeasterly. Showers will be frequent and heavy. Winds will fall midweek and shift to an east-northeasterly. Most of the rain will be in Dalmatia, but the north will get some rain on Thursday as well. Temperatures will get a bit cooler.
That brings us to the end of the news. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Na stotine hektara šećerne repe ratari jesenas